yeah, by the way, I'm homeless now. Night 1, I might have slept for an hour until about 1:30 when you really get the chills and your body goes into fight or flight response and you can't sleep. That's how it is. The 28th, I was homeless, night 1, right? And I was in a position where things were really not too great, to be honest. And, you know, by changing a lot of the perspective from where I was viewing from, the second night of homelessness, I ended up getting put in jail. So, shit went downhill very, 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 very fast. And God gave me a very specific lesson from all this that I was to take in. How's it going, beautiful people? Today is another beautiful, blessed day, and I just want to really be able to open up with an experiment. Today is May 23rd, Saturday, 2020. And I hope you enjoyed the music. I hope it's beautiful, it's blessed. These people just showed up out of nowhere and started playing, and I think it's something to be grateful for. Hopefully the music's not copyrighted, and that there's such good players through my window. This whole band that just came out of nowhere and played for the entire apartment complex. Hopefully it's a blessing to you. Because I think it's a blessing to the best thing that's ever happened to this apartment complex. I've been here for 2 months now. 64 days. And my experiment here is, for the past year, I've been homeless. Like literally 9 months. A period of 9 months before these 64 days that I've been housed in this apartment. I was homeless for that entire time. And for a good period, about, you know, from May on to maybe, I don't know, several months later, probably into December, I was posting stories on a daily basis, all right? And all of these stories that I posted, I want to repost this year, and I actually started yesterday, May 22nd of 2020. I'm posting the stories around the exact same time that I actually partook in posting or uploading them, and I'm trying to post them within an hour, closer to 30 minutes of the original upload time from exactly 1 year ago on my personal life timeline. The one timeline that led me to this moment right now. I am reposting everything from 1 year ago as if it were today. And the experiment is, I want to see if people notice. Because I've been away from posting stories for some time, updating people on my life, I want to see if in my return to Instagram stories here, I want to see if people will notice. As for me having been doing the same thing as I was last year, hey, I've seen this before, is kind of the acknowledgement that I want to see. So, if I can get that, then that is going to be the point, the purpose of this whole experiment. I'm going to try and do it as long as I can, probably for about a period of 2 to 3 months, and I'm not going to respond to messages. The reason for that is because if I have any sort of interruption within the process of either seeing the messages or liking it, people will think things are odd and they'll question me and they'll add more opinions or perspective into the mix. So I'm just gonna post my stories. I may even post content in my actual feed from the past year around that time period and see how people respond. Like, hey, I've seen this before, is what I want to see. I want to see if people genuinely care. I want to see if COVID and the coronavirus has changed the way that people think, has brought them into a place of unity, has changed their empathetic perspective. Because at this particular period in my life, I was asking for people to help me with my health. I was releasing a movie, trying to use that as a backbone for being able to receive donations for my GoFundMe. On top of that, I was releasing coaching packages in ways that I can be able to benefit them and help provide a service in exchange for a donation. So this was really to save my life, and it was a very significant time period in my life. So I'm going to want to revisit this come 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and see how people responded. So I'm trying to keep it as accurate as possible. I'm going to be doing things that may throw it off a little bit as for the time frame, but I'm gonna try and be consistent in posting all of these stories, and stories is the main one. Trying not to reply is the other one. Of course, I have to check my messages at some point for people that matter, and I'm testing to see who actually matters. How people see things in a different paradigm, because maybe this truth and unity, real love, and trying to help people, understanding where they're coming from, completely changed the perspective. Because a year ago I was asking for people to help me pay for a surgery that would save my life, and I hardly got any sort of reception from it. In fact, I did 3 different GoFundMes. So I want to see if people actually value my life. I want to see if I actually matter. Say, if I were to die today, would I be remembered? Well, if you remember me a year ago where I was then, will it matter a year later that I'm still in the exact same place? Will you notice? Do you have the attention span? Can you, take into account things that have happened in this reality? Or am I completely living in an illusion, a matrix of sorts, that I'm just literally walking through my life as if I'm in the Truman Show, and I feel like people are taking a part in contributing to basically this whole life that is the illusion that has been set up for me, as if my whole thing was set up to be a failure. I'm meant to die in some sort of way, and I'm going down with people not even aware of anything. Like, my health is bad. So this is another big aspect of that. Now, hopefully I've taken a good amount of time out of your day to entertain you, and we'll revisit this come a month, maybe 2 months, 3 months from now. All right. Hopefully nobody notices. Hopefully they do. That's the interest. So here we are with the stories archive. I posted up to June 30th, and it's literally a repeat. Literally the exact same repeat with some added memories, and maybe changing very small blocks of things like polls, yes or no. They shifted a little bit into the wrong location, and overlapping question boxes, maybe changing the words inside those boxes. Okay, and that's all the way June, May 2020, in which case there's nothing, literally nothing, that has been posted before this time. And as I showed you before in the previous video, I have right now, today's the 23rd of May, I have 797 followers, 532 people I am following, and 564 posts total. How I can prove right here that I have actually uploaded the exact same stories is take a look at these, okay? And I even put a memory from 2 years ago, not one. Right here, you see all these? Ralph Smart is amazing, by the way. All these. So, reject my soul and all people. I'll be cool with that. Because if they didn't help me, then I would want to leave. I would want to stop posting stories and entertaining them, because there's no purpose of connecting with these people if they're not even involved in my life. It's kind of really how I felt a year ago. So I was asking for help. This is the 22nd of May, right? So I'm going to go up to 2019, May. I'm going to go down to the 22nd. And on the 22nd here, it is the exact, and I mean the exact same storyline as was a year ago. Check it out. Right here, see? Boom, 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 boom. To reject my soul and all people. May 22nd, 2019. So this is a follow-up video for my previous video that I did over a month ago on the 22nd of May, 2020. And if you haven't noticed, well, my hair's a little bit longer. I don't know what else in the background has changed. Maybe the camera height. But today happens to be Wednesday, July 1st, 2020. It is a completely new month, so I thought I'd get it started off by diving back into this experiment As for the social awareness of what is happening in this world when the COVID is here. The COVID is here. What are we doing, people? Are you paying attention? Are you being present in this moment of your own awareness? Okay, here is what the experiment was. For the past 30 days plus whatever 22nd to the 1st is, I was posting stories on the daily from the previous year. And what this means is I am literally replaying stories back to the people who were watching those stories in the past, who may even be new people in this present future. And they are paying attention to my life. But for those people who paid attention to the past, do they recall and see me a whole year from now and recognize, oh, is he going through the same thing again? Or is he just in the same place? You know, like, do I actually matter as a person? Because a whole year from now, if I were living my life, or if you were living your life, and it's the same exact daily life, I don't know, I would think I would notice and be like, hey, what's going on? You know, I would be concerned, I would have some empathy. But here's the thing that happened. During that entire time, the entire time that I was going through all of this, nobody noticed. Except for one person. One person commented and said anything. And I think they said, why are you replaying your stories? And just so we get a little insight and so we can look at this. It's when I have my shirt off. Because I never do that and they happen to notice. So congratulations to this person. You should get a cookie or something. But you shouldn't. Because you just happen to be watching my stories. And this is what happened. You noticed. Congratulations. Okay, one person out of everybody happened to notice on day 29 of the whole entire sequence. And what that literally means is that out of literally, let's take a look, 810 people, I did not add a single post during this whole experiment. Out of the 810 people that have been following me, they did not learn. I believe it was 797 before. They did not learn that I was doing this. So how is this a reflection on humanity? How is this a reflection on people? How is this a reflection on our time? It really, really, really comes down to a question of self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-love, and a question of how you're sharing that with other people. Because if you are good internally, then you would be sharing that good with others externally. And to put myself in a place where I am grounded in this internal world that I am in. I live in this beautiful place, this apartment, this safety indoors of what people are afraid to go out into, outdoors. I got a whiteboard yesterday, and the person literally sold it to me without having to see me. They left it in the hallway because of COVID. And people are so afraid. They're not aware. And they're not tapping into how this all is supposed to awaken them. I mean, separation is one thing. Being closed off from being able to connect with other people is one thing. But when you do that over a long period and a duration of time, that isolation can end up turning you crazy. And we humans are social animals. We cannot get along and get ongoing with our lives without having human interaction. I mean, it would ruin us. So, in order to create that emotional reflection within yourselves, you have to connect with other people. And I used to have a need to connect with other people to really know myself. And then it came to a point where I was asking for help. I was asking for somebody to help me get beyond a state of survival because I just wanted to live my life and follow my calling. And because I wasn't able to do that, I literally put up multiple GoFundMes and I said, hey, I need help. Can you help me pay for a surgery that will save my life? And people didn't do it. That was at the phase that I started all of this. And it was such a significant point in my life that, me crying for help because I wasn't getting help from friends or family. I was crying out to the public. These 800 people that, pay attention to my life. The 100 daily story viewers, all of them had some sort of insight. But when it comes to being present in this moment and being like, hey, are you really taking the time to understand me? Does the world really care? One person noticed and they said something. Everybody else just watched and continued watching. I don't get it. How can you be so not here that you pay attention to everybody, but you don't pay attention to yourself so as to connect with everybody? What are you doing? Where are you? Okay? I remember things about people to connect with them. Okay? It's important. I don't know where relationships have gone in the 21st century. I don't have many friends. And apparently, these are just a bunch of people I know, not friends, right? So, where before I might have needed some sort of validation or attention or seeking this connection with people in the online world or the space, I'm completely disconnected from that. I can start posting videos and there is no emotional regulation for me that I need to gain control of or grounded in as a result of me putting information out into the space as a consequence, and other people sharing that, retaliating, criticism, feedback, positivity, whatever it may be. It just doesn't matter, obviously, from this experiment. And I don't even know if I would call it an experiment. It's like a real world implementation of education in a way. Like I was educating myself and, just paying attention while also not paying attention because I was paying attention to myself, not everything else, right? So the world needs self-awareness because if you're not self-aware, then you're not going to be aware of what's going on around you. You first look to the world to understand yourself, then you look into yourself to understand the world. And that's what it does for you. So I would have to reason that the world needs some work, some real work, and we can go in depth and detail about, everything that just happened. And this could have easily been an amazing, incredible video about an experiment, whatever, but it's also highly personal to me. And if I can tell you from the personal truth that I've discovered, to just get into the internal wisdom of everything I've manifested or everything that is right now, because that's all that really matters to me in the language that I speak. It's that regardless of everything that happens to me, I'm appreciative of everything that happens for me. These people may be people who aren't exactly here right now with me, and things happen to me, but they don't affect me so as to stop the universe from opening doors for me. Because the moment you allow someone else and their opinion, their point of view, their focus, their attention to dictate your own happiness, you give your power away. And literally, the moment you are able to pay attention to yourself and value your own point of view more than others is when you are going to be happy. They can't take anything away from you. Nobody can take anything away from you. The moment you learn that internally, you are in control of your thoughts. And when you control your thoughts, you control your emotions. When you control your emotions, you control your actions. Okay, the moment that you connect with yourself on a deeper level, this is all going to connect to building you up to be the best version of you can be. You realize that you are the creator of you own life. You are the main character of you own life. And nobody can do anything to take that away from you. And you may think, oh, that's a crazy statement. Oh, that's wild. Yeah, somebody once told me that nobody can ever take away your health and your education. That's not true. If you've been through abuse, that's not true. So, the way that you see it is when your consciousness is able to shift into a new perspective. Connecting with everything else, you become aware, and in your awareness, you learn that internally, the only truth is in here, and this is only what matters. When you live in this space, and you connect closer to your heart center, the energy that makes the world go round, love, unconditional love, you're gonna realize love is the most powerful and humble energy of them all. And I just love all of you so much. So much. Regardless of any circumstance. There is no circumstantial evidence to stop me from loving you. I love you. Regardless of any or everything you do to hurt me, to ignore me, to betray me, to abandon me. Those are some of the most painful experiences you can have, that you can feel. Because when you are honestly in isolation and you're trying to be understood, you're trying to be acknowledged, you're trying to be believed, you're trying to be loved. And nobody gives you that when you are in that space in isolation, when you are in pain without being given that. That is the most painful place you can ever be. So I share this with you. I love you, no matter who you are. No matter who you are, I love you. I love you so much. And I just want the same for you. But you gotta love yourself. To love is to take something as a part of yourself. That's it. Such an action. Such an action. Such a being. You can do it. I believe in you. So, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something valuable from it. I really do. I don't know what else to say. It's just a blessing to be here, man. I'm so appreciative of you for being present here with me today. Have a good week. And take care of the world, okay?